promoting emotional regulation through healthy boundaries. How can we do this? So I have a picture of a bowling alley on the screen, and most of us know that when we go to the bowling alley and we have small children, that we can ask them to put guardrails up for us. And this will keep the ball for the child in the lane and will hopefully get down to the end goal, which is to knock the pins down, as many as they can. And so how does that relate to healthy boundaries and emotional regulation? Well, if you think about boundaries, they can be our guardrails for that. They can help us from spiraling into an overwhelm and help to create a sense of safety and stability in our interactions. We can manage stress proactively this way. And hopefully, in the end, we maintain emotional balance. And so how can this happen? Think about having a toxic coworker, or maybe even a toxic relative or a friend, and they like to argue, right? Or they're doing some sort of behavior that's inappropriate, at least for you. And so instead of arguing with them, instead of telling them what you don't like, because we don't have to do that, we set up these boundaries where we're going to just walk away. We're going to maintain our own peace. And that helps us keep that control that we need. And sometimes keeps people out of our lives that we need to not have in them. Sometimes that's more difficult. And so that's why those boundaries are there, to just walk away or to not argue with somebody. And another thing along with that, it limits our time that we allow people to drain our energy. Not everybody in our lives is going to fill our cup, and they don't have to. But if they drain from us and they drain our emotional well-being, they're draining our energy, then why don't we have boundaries up to limit their access to us? That's really important, is we don't want people to have access to us that will not allow us to succeed in life, or that will hold us back in any way. So think about guardrails, and think about how when you roll a ball down there, it may not take a straight line to get to the end. It may veer off course a little bit, but in the end it's going to get there. And I think that's what it is with boundaries. You know, we make them, they don't always work. We have to make new ones, and then we find out that it does work for us. So how are you promoting emotional regulation through healthy boundaries? I'd really love to know that. If you want to drop a comment, maybe do 100 if you're doing it already and you're having success with it. You know, it's a new year. We start a new year with a lot of boundaries, and hopefully we can maintain those throughout the year.